Okay, today we're talking about Taylor Swift. I was going to make a video on this a couple days ago, but I wanted to actually be able to process it and talk about what I wanted to talk about specifically with this a bit more. And I'm going to say this right off the bat, just in case any fans, start trying to defend her to heavens, basically, whatever. I'm not talking about her music, what the quality of it is. I could care less, honestly. It's not for me. If you like it, good for you. I'm going to talk about the topic at hand, and a topic that I actually wanted to bring up a while ago, and I feel like this is the perfect nail to do that with. So, everyone's upset with her new album, Tortured Poets Department. So, we're talking about this. Taylor Swift drops a new pressing of the Tortured Poets Department, a new version of it, as fans accuse the singer of blocking Charlie XCX from #1 spot. I'm not 100% sure who Charlie XCX is. I believe she does pop music. Whatever, cool. I know she just had an album come out and a lot of people are hyped over it. Maybe I'll check it out, I don't know. But a lot of people are saying she won the chart battle with her Judgment, Tortured Poets Department, 6th week at #1. Cool. That's cool. Whatever. But this is what a lot of people have a problem with. That it's in the UK after she released new versions of the album with more exclusive bonus tracks, but people feel that it is kind of like a scheme or whatever to block Charlie XCX and Bon Jovi, who were pretty much, I think, head-to-head at #1. I'm not sure who took the race at that time. I think it was Charlie, but whatever. So it is, at the moment, apparently her longest #1 album in the running in the UK, and it's announced Friday. Swift ranked ahead of it, and Brett and Bon Jovi's Forever. There's something in here I wanted to see what the hell it is. There was something in there. There's the new UK edition. This is what's a bit weird, that it's exclusive. I don't like that. No matter who does it or whatever, I don't like region exclusive. I feel like that's pretty much a kick to the fans, because yeah. But this is what I wanted to talk about. This one, new UK exclusive editions of the album on Thursday afternoon, featuring live recordings and acoustic versions of songs, which is only available until 11:59 p.m. Thursday, the end of the chart tracking week. Now that in my opinion is slimy behavior from what I can think of. You're really gonna put it out a day before to kick up all the sales, to shoot down everyone. That, I do not think it's cool, no matter who you are. That's disgusting. But a lot of people on TikTok, this is where I've seen it mostly, a lot of people on TikTok have a real problem with this, calling her out, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just gonna switch back to big camera for a second. But yeah, a lot of people are calling her out, and I can understand this. As someone who does love when artists do multiple pressings, maybe some exclusives, whatever. This is scummy shit, in my opinion. This album is less than 2 months old. It came out on record, the day before Record Store Day, if I'm correct. It was, we have to check it in a second. If I'm correct, it was April 19th, the day before. And that already, I didn't like how that turned out, because it kind of turned Record Store Day, unfortunately, into waiting in line for Taylor Swift Day. Which, here, I'm going to say that's not okay, but I'm going to kind of make sense of this. If it was a Record Store Day release, if it was a listed Record Store Day release on the website, and there would say there's an exclusive version, I'm happy with that. Then that would be fine with me. But the fact that stores stocked up on this, and I know one of them somewhere, I didn't go to this one. One of them said we're waiting till Record Store Day to release it, but it came out the 19th, and then the 20th was a lot of people who couldn't get to the store on that Friday. So I was like, that's not cool, because then that also messes up a lot of the places in line, and some people are there for one item or whatever. The one I went to, I love the shop. I don't think they were I don't think he had a lot of Taylor Swift stuff in, except for there was some sort of note or some shit. I don't know. There's a lot of people there for Taylor Swift stuff, I remember hearing that a lot. But I was only there for one thing. Couldn't get it, unfortunately, but I got another great Psych compilation album, so I'm happy either way. But I only wanted that one thing. Had to wait. Obviously, I was expecting to wait maybe 20, 30 minutes to get in the door. It's a small shop. I was in line for maybe an hour. Yeah, it wasn't hot, but it was still kind of annoying just standing there waiting for one item, when I'd say about half that line is waiting for stuff like that, basically. Now, Pearl Jam actually did kind of a similar thing, if I'm correct. I think their full album came out the 19th, their new one, but they did have a Record Store Day version, which, that's cool. So, keep in mind, Record Store Day was April 20th, 4/20. So, we are on June 18th right now. So, just about 2 months, let's say. Less than 2 months. Now we're going to go to... What the hell? So, this is the album. Tortured Poet, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if this counts in the UK exclusive yet, but 58 versions. 58 pressings. In less than 2 months. 58 pressings. This is, in my opinion, so fucked up on a massive level that this is just blatant. I don't know if it's called blatant or just... This is a clear sign of saying fuck you to the fans, in my opinion. Like, this screws over so many people that want to be able to collect. Say people want to collect her albums, but can't afford it. A lot of those vinyls starting out, I saw them in shops starting from $40 to $50. Now, let's go to whatever the hell these are. Let's just show. So there's 4 vinyl and CD variants, marketed as special editions, available on the website. There's 4 versions. So we have Manuscript, Bolter, Albatross, Black Dole. So 4 different names. Whatever. So there's 3 different Target exclusives. There's a standard edition. There's how many collectors? 4 collector's edition. 3 web store exclusives. Each standard and Target exclusive CD comes with this shit. Collector's edition, vinyl, 4 different variants. Cassettes, 4 different cassettes, basically, it looks like. So, if you wanted to collect all the vinyl, it's going to cost you between $160 and $200 for just the vinyl, and that's not even including if they put sales tax on it. So that's not okay. CDs, I think, are $14 to $18-ish, kind of in there. So still, say you just want, I'm guessing, you get 4 versions. You're probably going to spend $60 to $80, let's say that. Cassettes, I don't know how much they went for, but guessing how much other cassettes are going for, between 15 to 20. I'll just show one off that I have, that I got for 18. So, like, this as a pre-order. This was actually a cool one, if it'll show up. I don't remember if this was a CD cassette bundle, but it basically, I think afterwards, it was like an $18 album at max. So yeah, we're gonna exclude the we're gonna exclude the digital releases. So let's go with format. So excluding album, because album kind of includes everything. So we got like 35 CDs. I'm guessing this is a combo between vinyl and LP, whatever, or just whatever the fuck. We got like deluxe editions. We got cassettes. Obviously, it doesn't all chunk up to that, but let's say about average 50 different physical copies. And only thing different, I'm guessing, we have like different colors. Is there a different color vinyl? Okay, it's clear. So not only are you paying $50, you're paying $50 for the shittiest version of a colored album ever. If you know me, you know I am a massive hater on clear vinyl. That is the fucking shittiest and low effort vinyl that you can make. If you're gonna make it clear, put flakes in it, put like splatters in it. Do something to make it unique other than just looking invisible. That's like piss poor, and then they charge more for that. I do not like that at all. But then you have like deluxe edition, fat box, collector's edition CD. Had all this shit. So that's probably like 20 something bucks. This is on like a ghost white, probably like a bone marble white if you know what that looks like. Another clear. This is the Black Dog version of the CD. Like, I can understand having variants. Cool. I could understand having this many variants in, let's say, 4 years, maybe 5 at max. I can say 4 or 5 years max. But less than 2 months and you have 50? That's not cool. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because this brings me to a big problem that this is causing, in my opinion. Or this can cause. So first off, with all the variants, that's I would say it's very insulting to the fans of her music. Because now they're having to pay out of their pocket buku shit ton money just to have a version of something. And not only that, it doesn't really add any extras. Like, we'll do this. Let's go, we'll do the manuscript vinyl. Let me find another version of another vinyl. This is the Bolter version. So 2 different versions. See? So, manuscript version. What does this have? That's extra. Bonus track is the manuscript. Bonus track is the Bolter. So you're paying $45 to have 1 extra song? That ain't cool. That's not okay at all. Like, what the fuck is going on there? And that's like, that also could be, if vinyl, if you're pressing up so many, depending on where they're pressed, that could probably clog up like the production line for making vinyl records. And that was already a problem. I think one big major like record pressing plant burned down recently, like within the past decade, let's say that. I know at least 2020 I heard of it. But what about other artists who are just trying to make, say, a batch of 100 just to get by, but yet now instead of having to wait 3 months, maybe 4 months, now they're having to wait up to a year? I think a lot of people had this problem with the Adele like 31, to where it clogged up so much stuff for no reason, and now I can find it brand new at the record store for $10 at max. I almost picked up one for $5 just to say I had it. And I feel like that's what this would end up happening to as well. Like, there's no need to have 4 different variants of a vinyl at release date. That's not okay. So it's like, it could be causing production issues. It hurts the fans in a way to basically be like, if they're like diehard collectors and they're like, I gotta have everything, or they'll feel like they're missing out. That's very, I don't know if it's called manipulative, but it's basically just being a jerk. Like, at max, there should have been 2 different variants, and there could have been 4 ways you could have done it. 2 bonus tracks on one and 2 bonus on another, or a standard and a deluxe, and the deluxe has all 4. I want to show you guys a lot of great albums that either do marketing really well with these variants, or deserve more variants, like as is. So, first one, in my opinion, of who does it correctly, Monoxide from Twisted. If you know them, they're a Juggalo rap group. Monoxide, this is his 2nd album in 20 years. Chainsmoker 2, the solo album. So, as you see, there is 3 variants. There's a digital, but then there's a deluxe edition and a normal edition. Basically, there will end up being 4 by the end of the year, at the max. So, regular version, we're going to look at that. This has, if you can see, all the track listing. The only feature is James Garcia, aka Young Wicked, and all the tracks look okay. Now we're going to go to the deluxe edition. Comes in a bag. I actually did an unboxing of this on YouTube, so you can see it all there. I think I have a Chainsmoker playlist, actually. But, as you see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bonus tracks. And what's neat about this release, The solo versions of Smoke Train, Not Normal, Anxiety, BMA, and The Night They All Died are not released on streaming services. I think Monoxide said this in a live stream, that the deluxe edition will be the only one released on streaming. So if you go on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you use, Smoke Train will feature Blazin' Joe Black from AXE. Not Normal will feature Madrox. Anxiety will be Boondocks and Young Wicked. BMA is Gmo Ski and Madrox. And then Night They All Died is basically a House of Crazy song at that point. But not even that, it's the way they went about it. So it's in a bag. Do I have my bag anywhere that I can grab right now? No, and I'm not going to search for it right now. It's somewhere around here, but it's in the little stash bag. It's in a stash bag. It comes with a signed flat in there, and then the album. That is good marketing. That is cool. And they weren't so far in price. I think the original was $15 pre-order, or $14.99. It was something like that. 14, 15 bucks. The deluxe edition was, I think, $17 or $18, one of those two. But they had a limited time bundle where you could get both for like $29.99. I did not end up getting that bundle. I had to pay both separately. But the fact that they were both different, and the fact also that they did something very special with the deluxe edition, makes this good marketing. A lot of people were hyped to get both versions. Even people who, like, if you know the Juggalo Beef world, you will know this. But people were like, I haven't listened to Twisted in so long, but I love the Chainsmoker album. And seeing this and liking the singles, I'm going to buy both versions. That's smart. And now there's a vinyl version coming out, where I think it's basically a Newport pack. Like splatter color vinyl. I believe that's the M&E store version of it, which I believe is the retail version, the basic version of this. And then there is a gold vinyl coming out to retail. Did I say that right? Newport Splatter is M&E store basic album. Retail version is the gold album, but the deluxe edition. Don't know why they did that, but pretty cool. I'm picking up both. They're 20-something bucks a piece. Why not? That's so cool. That's two different albums, basically. Like, might not seem that way, blah, 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 but when you replace 5 different tracks and make them different, I would say that's a good enough excuse. Not one album, one song, unless you're ICP, with Bang Pow Boom, which I think this is probably the best in the Juggalo world of variants, other than another one I'm going to talk about. So as you see, there are 7 variants of this album. There is, actually I'm just going to click on this. So we have a red version. Can we scroll through it? So if I'm correct, so the red version, it's a nice album. Has like, that's actually foil looking. So, I clicked out of it. We have different booklet with a different cover, if I'm correct. Like different pictures in the album. So we have all this fun stuff. Has a little insert. You already see that. Cool looking. Has a different second track, which we can actually look at if it'll let me. Thank you. So, the second track, Freaky Creep Show on the red version. And, does it say the bonus track? Bang Pow Boom, 6:30 mark. Bang Pow Boom into the 6:30. Hidden track, Our Hero begins at 7:26. So you get an extra track. Extra 2 tracks on one album. Does it actually say that there's a... Yes. Glossy double-sided 2-panel insert with an album cover and pictures of ICP's artwork that are not seen in blue or green versions. There's that one. The blue one has Beautiful Doom, and I believe, is this one Over a Bitch, or what is this? Yep. Knew it. I know my shit. So, the track Over a Bitch is the bonus one, and Beautiful Doom is exclusive. As well as another different variant of a booklet. The Clowns Are Back is track 2 on this one. And, what's this? Chop Chop Slide, which went on famous on TikTok a little bit ago. That is the green version. So then we get into, I don't know about any of this shit. We'll just have this. If you didn't want to buy all that and you wanted them all together, Nuclear Edition, which has, obviously, the intro. It has a triple threat mix of all 3 tracks together, and then it ends normally with Bang Pow Boom, but then bonus tracks. 7 bonus tracks. Over a Bitch, Our Hero, Chop Chop Slide, Supernatural, which is previous unreleased, Tonight, which is previous unreleased, It's All Over, which is previously unreleased, which honestly, best bonus track and should have probably replaced Bang Pow Boom. Don't shoot me. That's just a fact for me. And a DVD. What? So they did that. But they also did the Mighty Death Pop, which, another amazing one. So, basic album. Every single Death Pop album comes with a basic version of the album. They all have all that shit. But here's where we get fun with this. Black Pop, Red Pop, White Pop. What does Black Pop have? Freaky Tales. An hour-long song, if I'm correct, right? An hour-long and a little bonus. And a black cardboard box. Red Pop, which is my first ICP CD, other than that I've bought at the store, paid $10. This has Smothered, Covered, and Chunked, which is a covers album. Has some great songs on there. Jump Around, Bitch Better Have My Money, Guess My Religion, Love for Them Gangsters. Classic. If you didn't have Red Pop, I don't know what you were doing, because that's probably the best option. White Pop had Mikey Clark's Extra Pop Emporium. What does this have on this? I have all 3 of them, but I haven't pulled it out in a minute. So, 13 more Mikey Clark fun shit. Whatever the hell. We have Kuma Scrub remix of something. Went on Clownin'. I think, yeah, Night of the Chainsaw with 3-6 Mafia. Forever with Ghetto Boys. Cottonmouth Kings are on this. Swollen Members. These were all like, I think $10, $15 at release. I paid $5 for Black Pop at the Gathering. Paid $25 to have this afterwards. So yeah, smart marketing. That's a good idea. They're putting in a whole different album to make you buy the main album. Now we're going to go to some albums that should deserve more pressings, but probably will not. And this is a problem that I will talk about as well. So Patty Riley, great artist in my opinion. Probably one of my favorites. Where is it at? This one. Probably one of his best albums in my opinion. Town of Love Swellwell from 1975. Only 3 versions. Only released in Ireland and in Canada. We have the LP, the cassette, and another LP. Probably will never see the vinyl if I get lucky, but I got cassette. I got the cassette. It is an unknown date. If I'm correct, it is still 75. No release date, no durations, blah blah. Republic of Ireland and the J card. So this is 3 versions from about 49 years ago. Obviously, the music ain't for everyone. It's folk music, whatever. But still, of someone of his name, like I think he should deserve more of his pressings. That's not it. What was I doing? Yeah, this is right. What was I thinking? Dubliners. Legendary group. A lot of their albums don't have many pressings, as you can see just by doing a quick scan. Drop of the Hard Stuff. Probably it's a very solid album in my opinion. Only 31 versions from 67. When was the last, most recent, other than bootlegs? So, last one was 2012, and then before that was 73. So, 40-year difference there. Their self-titled their debut album, 64. 14 versions. That's, what? Suicide Boys. Everyone knows them. They've been blowing up on TikTok. I'm not saying I found them through TikTok. Please do not think I did. I've been listening since about early 2017. My buddy showed me him in high school. I actually saw them live in 2019 at the Gathering of the Juggalos. It was an amazing show. I think someone fucked up the computer. But yeah, look at them. They are massive. Their new album, actually, it just updated. Nice. So, we have a CD version. Coke bottle clear, red blood splatter, a gray version, a heavy smoke version. I'm going to try to get the Coke bottle. I love Coke bottle color. It's so unique. Probably another big one they did. I Want to Die in New Orleans. I have the gray silver vinyl. I have the Digipack sleeve version. Long-Term Effects of Suffering. I have the CD and the vinyl. I still got to get Sing Me a Lullaby. This one, Stop Staring at the Shadows, which had, unfortunately, it sounds weird to say unfortunately, but it's the one everyone knows. What's the name of the song? It's a long title. And to those I love, thanks for sticking around. Came off an album that never got released physically, that deserved the physical release. And a lot of their stuff before that really didn't have, like, stuff. This one, I remember this one being huge, like, when I first started hearing them. Never released physically. Eternal Grey, it's another big one they did. Only a cassette mixtape. Like, all the KYS collection, basically. None of these are on an official physical release. But yet they're massive, and they deserve more pressings, in my opinion. I would love for them to do a Record Store Day box set of the KYS series. That would be amazing. Rage Against the Machine. Probably one of their biggest albums, and I think one of, like, in my opinion, one of the top 10 best albums of all time. You can shoot me, but it's true. This is probably one of the best albums of all time. Not saying it's number one for me, but it's damn close. 96 versions from 1996. So just about 30 years, 28 years. Has 40-something extra versions than Taylor Swift did in 2 months. One everyone would know more than I would. Tyler, the Creator. I'm not a fan of his music at the moment. Maybe that'll change. I do not know. But a lot of people say his albums are amazing. Especially, what is it? Call Me If You Get Lost in Igor. When people bring up, like, what are the best albums, I've heard people mention these multiple times for some reason. I don't know what makes them so special. But that's not for me to decide why it's special to other people. But Igor came out 2019, so 5 years ago. The most recent pressing is 22, it looks like. And, yep, just another repressed gatefold. And how many digitals? We'll cut out digitals. So 1, 2, 3. So 17 versions in 5 years. Call Me If You Get Lost. One of them won an award. I forget which one it was. 16 versions. Released in 2021, so 2 years, 16 versions. That is okay to me. I think that's great. So 14 versions in 2 years. About 3 years now. Not bad. Even a lot of his old stuff, like Wolf, Flower Boy, 17, 21 versions. 18 versions for that. The instrumental one of this just got a Record Store Day release. But yet, it's like, these don't get pressed as much, and I feel like a lot of people are looking for his stuff more than they would Taylor Swift. Like, a lot of people, like, must-haves. I think this is one, like, that's a must-have for everyone, to have the vinyl of this. But yet, she gets damn near 60 versions in 2 months. Not even. We're still shy of 2 months. And I think that's honestly the biggest problem here. Is that she's getting, like, she's pretty much out of control. And I don't want to say this needs to stop or whatever, but people really, like, people that are really looking at her music, that are hard fans, diehard fans, or just casual fans, really need to look and be like, is it worth it to spend $45 extra for another song? And that's what I have to say on it. I can appreciate her, like, work, whatever the hell. She put that albums like crazy, more power to her with that. But the fact that she's putting out so many variants at the same time that have little to no, like, extra flavor to it is what I don't like, especially at the high prices. And now just pressing up random shit just because to kick people out and kick up more sales. I don't like that. I'm going to leave it at that. You know my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? I want to know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Obviously, my source for this was people on TikTok, and this is Forbes. This was the one that was like top of the line. So I just looked at that. I'm not really talking fully on the Charlie stuff because whatever. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about why her pressing all these is not a good idea. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What are your thoughts on this, and what are your thoughts in general about people who do multiple pressings within like a little bit of time for an album? I'm not talking about over the course of a year. I'm talking about stuff like this. Like, is there any other artist that has done something similar, or an artist that you think has done multiple pressing variants really well that deserves praise? I want to know about this stuff. So just let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.